Hello and welcome to the final race of the Hoosier Formula Cup. And we are here to wrap up a championship. Most of everything really to worry about has been wrapped up. We've had the driver decided and the overall rookie and gentleman drivers have all been decided in terms of championships. And now they're all out there fighting for pride. My name's Claire Cottingham. Alongside me in the commentary box is Chris Stevens. Chris, you've been speaking to Nano, our new champion, much of the afternoon. And he was pretty happy with his performance.
Felt like it's sunk in a little bit now.
Has it?
Nano. Yeah. Because also when I spoke to him yesterday after race 1, and I had to tell him, "You've done it," and he went, "Have I?" Oh,
was it? Okay. That was the same for Laurent when you told Laurent Vutic that he had won.
Yeah.
He was like, "Have I?" And I was like, "I don't know, mate. Have you?" I mean, there was a slight pause from all of us, going, "I think you have."
I don't know why they're so surprised.
Yeah, I suppose it's that sort of thing, isn't it, where you don't really do the maths while you're driving, and a lot of the time drivers don't want to know, do they? They just want to kind of, just get on with it, really, don't they?
Very much so. And now everything's wrapped up. They can really just go out there and fight for pride, really, can't they? And there's the man who's had the better in terms of the raw speed in qualifying, but hasn't been able to get off the line too terribly well so far this weekend. Aaron Ferrazzano, who's going to be starting at the front of this one. Last opportunity for him to really nail the get-go.
3 pole positions in a row, not bad work for Aaron Ferrazzano. And we pretty much have the same lineup that we did for race 2. Aaron Ferrazzano, Dylan Est, who won the first race, but unfortunately picked up a 5-second time penalty and was demoted down to around 4th, we think, and won the second race. And Nano Lopez starting on 3rd. Matteo Valente 4th, Auburn Robert Prince 5th, Laurent Vutic 6th, Frederic Morahan will start 7th, 8th is Andre Rodriguez, 9th Frederic Boileau, and Walter Ricard rounding up the top 10 as they make their way round to the grid. Usually you're on the grid. Does this feel a bit weird to sit up here and watch it?
It does a little bit, actually, but because we had a delay in the European Endurance Prototype Cup qualifying just now with a red flag, it's sort of condensed the schedule a little bit, so I haven't had time to leg it over to the grid, sadly, but get the full view up here in the commentary box.
Got the full sound as well, because I've got the door open at the moment in the commentary box because the aircon's not working. I quite like it. I like a bit of fresh air in the commentary box, but I came in here and it smelt of boy, because you've had quite a few different drivers up and down here, haven't you? So,
I've had
which is nice. If you've missed any of the chats that Chris had, he had a good chat with Lyle Schofield, who's champion in the GT Sprint, and also Nano Lopez, who's obviously champion in this one, and they had a good 25-minute chat in the commentary box. So if you want to go back and listen to that podcast, feel free.
Yeah, it was GT Sprint race 2 with Lyle and Nano had there. Had Ewan Thomas in for qualifying for the Novas as well.
He's a tall boy, isn't he?
He is tall.
He is tall.
He is tall. In fact, he was telling me because the LMP3 cars are so stiff and this is quite a bumpy track, so he's been banging his head across the ceiling a little bit.
Oh dear.
No such dramas in single-seaters, though. I mean, they're stiff, don't get me wrong, but there's no ceiling to hit.
Nano was saying that they were actually quite difficult to drive around here, wasn't he? And they were getting Aaron Ferrazzano off the line, had quite a lot of wheel spin because of the colder temperatures yesterday going into the evening, and then this morning they had cold temperatures because it was cold this morning, so he also had a wheel spin.
See those 3 white dots on the curbing on the outside there of Scene Corner? Those are the floppy markers that help race control identify track limits, and a couple of the drivers were complaining about those. And I have seen in other championships, if you hit them with a front wing, the front wing then failed a few laps later in another championship. So it's a good deterrent for the drivers out there to make sure that they are keeping well within the track limits.
Track limits is always quite a big conversation at Ultimate Cup weekends because we have drivers of varying different standards in terms of how much they've been driving and or how little they've been driving. And you often see some of the more experienced drivers racking up kind of less of the track limits, but some track limits obviously cause more issues than others. Mugello being one of them on the Ultimate Cup calendar. Paul Ricard, not too bad for track limits. I haven't seen many ridiculous amounts of penalties coming through just yet.
It's harder to do in a single-seater, I will admit, because the curbs are quite aggressive here. So
no, I mean, I just talk about across the board. Usually we see quite a lot of the championships.
It depends where you're at, really, because, and also it depends on where race control is monitoring them as well, because it's hard to identify. If you cut turn one, for example, that's quite hard to identify, but a lot of drivers will do it, particularly in the softer sprung prototypes and some of the GT cars. But I think it's more on the entry of some of these corners, actually, you need to worry about it. So you have exit of turn 7 coming on to the Mistral, and then entry into Le Bousset, the middle of Le Bousset as well, because they run the cars all the way up to the runoff area on the left-hand side, and then do the same on the entry into turn 12 as well, which is the Virage Bend door. So those are probably the key areas they need to look at. And then, of course, there's things like cutting the various chicanes.
So, cars all lining up, still haven't done their formation lap yet. We've, I feel like we're ahead of ourselves for some reason. We've got lots of time still, 3-minute board being shown, so pretty much everyone will get cleared from the grid bar the engineer of the driver. And that's the time that we'll be kicking you off the grid.
Normally, yes.
Nothing more terrifying than hearing the whistle and the, especially when you're midway through an interview. That always terrifies me a little bit.
And you've got a driver that just won't shut up.
Yeah, just like, you do know this is for you. This is I really appreciate you chatting, but this board is also for you. So the grid will be cleared, and on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see car number 58, which is Aaron Ferrazzano. Be interesting to see what his start's like, Chris, because he's had a challenging start so far. Nothing really. The first time he was bogged down by wheel spin, and yesterday he wasn't particularly good either. He got earlier today rather. He got overtaken by Dylan into turn 1. It's a tricky place to start for someone with the less experience, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron's obviously just trying to feel the clutch by point and get the release on it as well. I think it is still a foot clutch in these cars, as opposed to the paddle clutches you'll see, which are generally used in the FIA Formula 3 and above. So they are quite difficult. I think it is also not the most sophisticated clutch system in these cars either. So they can be a little tricky to get off the line, but Dylan's really nailed the last couple. Nano had a great one yesterday from P3 down the middle and into the lead. Dylan had a similar momentum at the start of race 2 earlier on. But Ferrazzano is the last opportunity for him to just try and nail that start. We know he's got the speed to win these races. He proved that earlier, yesterday as well. He did inherit the race win after Dylan Est's 5-second penalty for being too far forward in his grid box. That's something these drivers have got to keep an eye out as well. I mean, there's been a whole load of talk about Lando Norris and tape gate, or duct tape gate, whatever it was called. And why does a professional, Formula 1 driver need a piece of tape to tell him where to park? And like, well, visibility is not great out of a single-seater race car these days.
Aaron Ferrazzano has won overall as well in Mugello, I think it was. I'm just double-checking, seeing if my brain is still working at this point in the season, and I think it was.
2 wins in Aragon, it was.
Was it Aragon?
Yeah, that's where he started to come alive.
Oh, yes, it was, and he had a Dylan Est sandwich. Dylan was in the middle.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Aaron Ferrazzano is the bread, Dylan Est is the sandwich. It's the middle. Formation
I wasn't in Mugello's.
No, that Aragon. I was checking that. Anyway.
I wasn't there either.
Formation lap underway then, ahead of the final race of the Hoosier Formula Cup Championship of 2025 as well. We say goodbye to the championship for the year, and we look towards now the Winter Series getting underway in February. And if you want to get involved in that, do please head over and sign up if you've got a driver that might be interested, especially in this kind of category. The starting grid here then, Aaron Ferrazzano on pole position alongside Dylan Estre, Nano Lopez third, fourth is Matteo Valente, fifth is Auburn Robert Prince, sixth is Laurent Vutic, our new gentleman champion, Frederic Morihan, Andre Rodriguez, Frederic Boileau, Walter Ricard, and Herta and Alain Boucher rounding up the top 12. Hugo Martinello, Thierry Malholm, Solian Amrouche, Craig McClatchy. Be interesting to see if he's back out. He is down in 16th. Jeremy Clovord, unfortunately, didn't finish the race yesterday. And Gilles de Pierre does say that he's back out, so let's see if we can see him at the back of the grid. I don't think he's there because he's a very clear pink car, and unless he's starting from the pit lane, which he might be, I don't think we can see Gilles de Pierre there.
Looks like Jeremy Clavard will be bringing up the rear after that mechanical he had in race 2 this morning. So I'm going very, very slowly. Of course, it's a very different challenge now for these guys because the temperature had barely hit double digits. In fact, I could still see my breath at some point when I was on the grid this morning. Now it is turning into a beautiful day in the Var Mountains and the temperature rising rapidly. So the balance of these cars is going to be changing. The way in the tyres behave as well is going to be changing as well, and the engine will perform a little bit differently as well. So the temperature has a huge impact on how these cars are going to handle, and they'll have had to fettle with the setup. So which of these teams has nailed it so far? Formula Motorsport got it completely right this morning because they won with Dylan Est, and they also had a 1-2 in the gentleman class category, and sealing the championship with Laurent Wittek there as well. So that is a pretty good morning so far for Formula Motorsport.
Matteo Valente there just struggling a little bit for traction, as Chris was just talking about it, almost like he was listening and wanted to show you actually it's more difficult out there to keep the tyres with enough temperature to keep it on the track, basically, which is what they need to do. And Auburn Robert Prince is leading the back for the gentleman drivers. So for one last time this season in the Hoosier Formula Cup, race 3, Aaron Ferrazzano is on pole position. The final few cars just lining up at the back of the grid. I still find it amazing. You can't quite see down the grid. You can only see the front two. So keep your eyes on Nano Lopez, our new champion that's just sitting behind Aaron Ferrazzano. Car number 58 on the right of your screen. Dylan Estre alongside him. And the green flag is waving at the back. That means we're ready to go racing for the final time in 2025. The lights will go out and we will be underway in race 3 for the Hoosier Formula Cup, and it's a bad start again from Aaron Ferrazzano, and he smashes into the side of Dylan Est, who hits into the side of the wall, and that is a big hit for Dylan Est. And you're going to think right from that we're going to see yellows out in obviously that part of the track, but is it going to be a red flag? Safety cars out, and I would say there obviously stewards will take a look, but Aaron Ferrazzano not in the right position to be putting his car into the side of Dylan Est.
That's all on Ferrazzano, 100%. Clumsy stuff there from Aaron. I've given praise where it's due, but that was inexperience showing there, and a little bit of hot-headedness as well. Probably so fed up of being beaten off the line that, yeah, it squeezed Dylan over and was the one who made contact. Good to see Dylan getting out of the car, but yeah, we're going to see.
Dylan Est has a bad start, actually, and he gets bogged down a bit, and then Aaron comes over and he squeezes into Matteo Valente. So Valente's also lost his front left because he's got a wheel hanging off. I didn't see that on the impact, so we've lost 2 of the big hitters. And, I mean, like we say, inexperience, I think, has caught the better of him there, and his heart must be pounding under his helmet.
It's almost as well like he just lit up the rear tyres straight away and actually darted across the racetrack because it was so early into the start phase.
That's disappointing for Matteo Valente's season to end like that, and Dylan S. They've really fought hard in this championship, and we've loved watching them race. And Matteo Valente had a brilliant race last time out with Nano Lopez, and that's all been taken away from us for this race. So great to see both drivers are okay. Only the safety car out as it stands, and I think both cars can be moved. But, you know, it was lucky they were not going full speed with the hit like that into the wall of the pit lane.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid concrete wall there as well, so it won't have been pleasant for Dylan, I'm sure.
I think without that, to be honest, he went airborne, and that would have given him a bit of a sore back, because, you know, the impact of hitting the floor again is never nice. So good to see Dylan out of the car. Yeah,
very much so. Matteo also out of the Artline Virage car there as well. So what that's left us with is Ferrazzano still leading, but with Nano Lopez now up into second position.
Unsurprisingly, Aaron Ferrazzano under investigation for causing a collision. And this could be our champion if he can continue getting, not handed a win, but a nice chance to end the championship on a high, with Nano Lopez currently second as it stands at the moment. Safety car then still out, 17 minutes left on the clock, and the car of Dylan Est is being removed. So obviously the cars will filter through the pit lane for now, because you can't go past what's happening on the pit straight, which is Dylan Est car being removed, and for safety they will come through the pit lane.
That's also put Laurent Wittig up into the top three overall. Yes. So the time screen just starting to update. Auburn, Robert Prince and Frederick Morahan right up in there as well. Now, of course, there are some of the rookie class runners that are making their way through the field. Clement Herta Rab being one of them, and Solanam Rouge. And I would imagine Jeremy Clavourde will also be moving up the order there as well. But yeah, it's been quite a bit of attrition so far in this one. Left out Andre Rodriguez and Hugo Martinello. So they were the ones it went wrong for in race 2.
Yes, yeah. Well, we don't often see hits like that, thankfully, in Hoosier Formula Cup. So definitely happy that everyone is okay. And Laurent Wittig says had a good start, because he started 6th, and obviously we lost 2 drivers that were ahead of him, but he must have leapfrogged Auburn Robert Prince at the start of the race. So lots of things going on behind. 3 drivers then not in this race from the 18 that there should have been. Gilles de Pierre once again didn't start, and Matteo Valente and Dylan Est out of this race.
Laurent Wittig has had an overall podium finish.
Yes, he did, in a funny race that a few others did as well. Solian Amrouche was on the podium.
Yes.
I think that was Mugello.
I was Aragon.
Was it Aragon? Which is the one you weren't at?
Either of them.
Oh, that's why, because I just remember Chaz being here. That's why I keep thinking it's Mugello, because I know that he did it, and I forget you did Aragon as well. You didn't do Aragon as well, yes.
No, that was Ferrazzano's first win.
Yes, it was, because we had Hugh Barter wasn't here for that weekend. Last weekend in Manicourt, Hugh Barter was back, the title contender, and then this weekend he's not been here again. So yes, I keep thinking it's Mugello, when actually Mugello, I need to remember, was Nano Lopez's very strong weekend. So Chris, talk us through this one then.
I'm looking, see how far into the start, because he just darts over to the right-hand side. If he's in full control of his car, I'm astounded by that.
It's very odd.
But I would like to think he's spun up the rear wheels and lost control of the car.
Maybe.
And that's why it started over to the right-hand side. Otherwise, that is, frankly, poor driving.
Well, let's see what the stewards have to say then. And it is under investigation. And I think regardless, even if it's just a mistake, it will be some sort of penalty.
But at the end of the day, it's the last race of the
what
season,
can you give?
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's, unless they slap him with a 20-second penalty for this one.
Anyway, let's see what happens. It will still ruin his race, unfortunately, and he won't get the final win that he was after starting on pole position for all 3 races. Safety cars in this lap, and we will go back racing for the last 13 minutes of the race. And Nano Lopez sitting quite close up to the back of Aaron Ferrazzano. Green flag is out. Aaron Ferrazzano is going to get his first safety car restart. And he's gone quite late there, but caught Nano Lopez napping, actually. And Nano Lopez was looking quite close to Aaron Ferrazzano before the restart, and actually has dropped back quite a bit on the restart into turn 1. So Nano Lopez with the work to do here to close in on Aaron Ferrazzano. Laurent Footage falling behind just a little bit further in the gentleman class, being chased down by Auburn Robert Prince. And actually it's quite a lot of the gentleman drivers behind, because we've got Frédéric Morahan and Alain Boucher all rounding up the top 6. So keep an eye out for what's going on in the gentleman class there. That is Frédéric Morahan being, well, under pressure from Alain Boucher, and then behind him, Andre Rodriguez from the rookie class in 7th.
Yeah, I think Rodriguez and Martinello have actually already got round one of those gentleman class cars, and this is a great opportunity for Ferrazzano and Lopez to try and build a gap now while the gentleman class drivers are holding up some of the quick guys. Of course, they are more experienced because they are 2 of our newbies, as Rodriguez makes up another place, I think, on Frédéric Morahan.
Getting past Frédéric Morahan there, side by side, heading into there. So, yeah, he's having a great start, is Andre Rodriguez, the American-Mexican that's been joining us for this weekend, and now he's got his eyes set on Auburn Robert Prince. Car 58 then, dangerous behaviour is Aaron Ferrazzano's punishment, and he's got a 5-second stop and go for that incident off the line, in which we saw Dylan Est rather in the wall, and Matteo Valente also getting caught up in that tangle. So stewards also, I think, would say, agreeing with us. It's not, we don't often say, because usually we leave it to the stewards, but sometimes you've got eyes.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind coming down on one side of the fence. I didn't see the stop and go element of that at first. I thought it was just a 5-second penalty, but yeah, stop and go. That is appropriate, I would say, from race control, coming down on him hard.
Yeah. Nano Lopez then will inherit the lead after Aaron Ferrazzano does that. They don't have mandatory pit stops here, so his team will have to call him in, and he'll have to serve that penalty, and that will cause him a lot of pain out there, I'm sure, because he'll drop down the order. So here we are then, that we've got Jeremy Clauvaud side by side with Frédéric Morahan, gets past him quite easily. They are in, well, actually, Jeremy Clauvaud, it doesn't seem to be in any category, so he's not in the rookie or the gentleman, according to my timing sheet. So he's in his own battle.
He's not a bronze driver, so, but he's also
he's
very
not a rookie.
Experienced.
Yeah,
so yeah,
he's just there for the lols. Anyway, gets past Frédéric Morahan for 7th place and makes that one stick, and he's now going to start looking down to see if he can get past Hugo Martinello. Andre Rodriguez has made his way up to 5th as well in all of that, and Auburn Robert Prince is the next one that he's eyeing up.
So halfway through this race already, much of it held under safety car conditions. Ferrazzano has built a 1.3 second advantage over Nano Lopez, but that, of course, will evaporate when he comes into the pits, which he'll have to do in the next 3 laps, as we see Andre Rodriguez, the rookie driver who's come in from F4 competition in the Italian F4 series and also the E4 series, which is sort of like European F4. It's part of the Euro Cup branch, and up to 5th position already, and now looking at the back of Auburn Robert Prince for 4th position overall. There is a big opportunity here for one of these rookies, either Andre Rodriguez or Martinello, the 16-year-old Frenchman coming from French F4, to end up on the podium here, or in fact both of them, because of course Ferrazzano's now in.
Yeah, he's in for his stop-go penalty, 5 seconds for his dangerous behaviour, and that
didn't feel like 5 seconds,
did it? That did not feel like 5 seconds. I don't know who had the stopwatch there, but I could count 5 seconds. Anyway, maybe the 2 seconds I took to open my mouth was the 5 seconds. But there we go. Let's see, they've got a better stopwatch than we do. So Aaron Ferrazzano comes back out then. Let's see where he will slot in. Nano Lopez then will inherit the lead of the race. Bit of a struggle there, it looked like, in his steering, but heading into turn 1.
No power steering on,
yeah,
on these
yeah,
cars,
you forget,
so
don't you?
it's a stiff rack
yeah,
that they have to try and
uphill as well.
Around. Yeah, and a few bumps down there as well. It's a bumpy track. It doesn't get too much TLC.
Nano Lopez then getting a bit of fresh air then, and we see that Andre Rodriguez has got past Oren Robert Prince, so now is in a podium position on his debut this weekend. The Mexican-American. Yellow's at turn 6. And don't know why, so we'll have a look and see if we can find why there's yellows out at turn 6 at the moment. But
there's a car stopped, or going very slowly now actually, but was slap bang in the middle of the
green flags
straight. So that might well have been Ferrazzano.
Oh, going wide there. I'll see with the glint of the sun who that one was. It looks like it was car 3, so that would have been Hugo Martinelli, I think it was, going a little bit wide and taking the runoff, and now is being hunted down by Jeremy Clauvaud behind. Big lock up on the front left for Hugo Martinello, and can he hold on here to make sure Jeremy Clauvaud doesn't get past, and he's defending hard.
I must correct myself, by the way. It was Thierry Malom who spun at turn 6.
Laurent Vutic now under pressure for second place by Andre Rodriguez, who is having a lovely time out there for Winfield Racing this time around, and looking to see if he can end up higher than his third place podium position as it stands at the moment. And he's looking racy, is Rodriguez.
It certainly is.
Up towards turn 6, around towards turn 7.
So trying to line him up out of 7 here. The exit's so important. It's one of these lateral traction zones through turn 6, as racing drivers like to call them. And Laurent Vutic is not going to make it easy for him.
He's not. He's trying there on the inside of the track, and can he do it on the straight line speed down towards turn 8 and 9? He's going to run out of track because there's a kink here, and he's on the outside, which won't give him the advantage. That's a send if ever I've seen one. Can he get the oof? I'll give him that. That was nice.
Yeah, got himself the high ground for the right-hander at turn 8. Lovely stuff from Rodriguez. That's that F4 experience coming through, where you really do have to battle with your wits. Too many series now that are lower down the junior ladder that start relying on things like DRS and push to pass. Hasn't quite made its way to F4 yet, thankfully.
Tell us what you really feel.
I am a huge proponent of the idea that it's killing racecraft in young drivers coming up through the ranks. They don't know how to race wheel to wheel anymore. Andre
Rodriguez then up to second overall. Laurent Vutic would have been annoyed by that, would have been his best season result. So gonna have to settle for third with a very fast Mexican-American driver taking his spot. And also you have to give him credit because he's fought his way through from down in 8th. And at the moment, 6 seconds ahead is Nano Lopez, having a lovely time. Just to let you know where Aaron Ferrazzano came back out, and he's down in 14th. So that was quite the old penalty for that incident at the beginning.
Yeah, last car still on the racetrack, isn't he? As Solanam Rouge looks to lift herself up above some of the gentleman class runners. Oh, and spins the car in trying to do so. That was just a bit too much weight on the front end there. Probably with the Frederic Morahan car moving across the front, just got on the anchors a bit too much. Too much weight on the front end, the rear comes around.
So spinning and facing the wrong way like she did in qualifying, unfortunately, and took out Gilles de Pierre as she did it. And we haven't seen Gilles de Pierre again this weekend, so she should be able to get it back going. So here's the replay then. She just goes in a little bit hot into turn 2.
Bit of a bump on the curb there as well, which probably didn't help matters, unsettled the car a little bit.
And she's stuck there.
Oh, that's the clear signal, isn't it? Car's dead. And
saying turn 15. Oh, track limits, sorry.
Yeah,
95, so she's got track limits before at the
at least of her worries.
Seems a little unfair.
Rub salt in the wound.
Yeah, she's facing the wrong way.
Well, this is critical because so Jeremy Claude has just got past Hugo Martinello for 5th position, and he does still have an opportunity in the last few laps here to try and pass Alban Robert Prince and Laurent Wittig for a spot on the overall podium. So, but if there's a safety car now, then that, of course, would end those hopes pretty quickly.
Yeah, no safety car yet, just yellows out as it stands in Sector 1. And you'd think by now they would have... The car's still sitting there.
I think at this point, everyone's seen it.
Yeah.
So they know...
I know, but there's a car facing the wrong way on the racetrack.
In fact, it's kind of out of harm's way.
Gotta
really.
move it.
The thing is, I am a believer in the idea that look, one car's ended up there, so another one can as well. But if they cover it off under yellow flags, then no one should be pushing enough to end up in that position in the first place. So they can try and keep it green to the end of the race.
No, Lopez has had his lead slightly cut into by Andrea Rodriguez by half a second, and here then is Alban Robert Prince under pressure from Hugo Martinello. And
just in front of them, Claude challenging Wittig for the overall podium as well.
No, Lopez in a world of his own at the moment there. Andre Rodriguez the same, and that's who Chris was just mentioning. Laurent Wittig under pressure then from Jeremy Claude. And unfortunately, that looks like it might be a matter of time, but they're going to run out of time with 1 minute 30 on the clock. You would expect this to be the penultimate lap, and then we will obviously go on to the final laps. He's got a lap and a half left to do it. And Laurent Wittig, not somebody that is very quick to give way. He can defend hard, can our gentleman champion. And he went wide there at turn 10 into 11, and so that will give him a bit of breathing space, I'm sure, from behind. Turn 2, I think we've got Solly and Amrouche out the way now because green flags are flying once again. I don't know if Jeremy Claude can do this.
Well, he's got another lap to try and do it.
Does
and
indeed.
Wittig defending very hard into Virage Dupont. That's going to compromise his run all the way down the start-finish straight. Probably thought that, oh, there's yellow flags at turn 1, so I'll be safe, but those have been rescinded, so he can be attacked in there.
Alban Robert Prince is about to be overtaken by Hugo Martinelli into turn 1. At the moment, not this battle, but the battle behind. Battles going on everywhere, up and down. Let's see, though, if Hugo Martinelli has come out on top. He hasn't, so Alban Robert Prince still holding on there, but by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, close for 3rd and 5th position overall between some of the younger drivers, and well, that looked like Wittig was defending incredibly hard into 5. I think it's a matter of when, not if, for Claude to go through, and he has done. He has gone through. And meanwhile, Alban Robert Prince really struggling to put the power down through turn 6. The rear tyres not yielding that much grip for the amount of power he was demanding there. And so that is going to give Martinello an excellent run down the start and finish straight. Confirmation on the screen there is Claude ahead of Wittig, so up into 3rd position. But here comes Martinello into the chicane. Nothing doing.
You've got to give the producer credit on that one. They had to pick a battle, and they went for the battle they thought was going to happen first. And at that time, we lost 3rd place, which went to Jeremy Claude. It would be his first podium in the Hoosier Formula Cup. So overall, it would still be the win for Laurent Wittig in the gentleman class, but not an overall podium, which I'm sure he'll be disappointed with. So the battle behind Alban Robert Prince and Hugo Martinello is continuing. And at the moment, Alban Robert Prince is still holding off. And as I say that, he makes a mistake, goes wide, and allows Hugo Martinelli through. So disappointment there for Alban Robert Prince, who has finally been pushed into a mistake. We're on the final lap now. Nano Lopez, though, is coming past. He takes the checkered flag. He is our 2025 champion, and he ends it in style for the Hoosier Formula Cup Race 3. He is our final winner of the year in Nano Lopez. Brilliant work from the Argentinian. Andrea Rodriguez crosses the line to pick up his first podium in the Hoosier Formula Cup Championship, and on debut as well. He'll be pleased with that one, will Andre Rodriguez. Jeremy Clavard, a first podium for him as well in third overall. Laurent Vutic has won the Gentleman Series and the title this weekend, and now has won a race as well this weekend here at Paul Ricard. Hugo Martinello will be disappointed. He's just off the overall podium, but he is in the rookie category. So he's third overall in the rookie category. So he'll still be able to pick up a trophy. Alban Robert Prince has crossed the line in sixth. Couldn't quite hold off Hugo Martinello. Aaron Ferrazzano, you have to give him credit. He got a 5-second stop-go penalty for the crash at the beginning and has made his way back up to seventh. Clement Herter has finished eighth. Frederick Morahan has crossed the line in ninth. Craig McClatchy, good performance from him considering he only had 3 tyres at the end of at the beginning of the second race rather. Craig McClatchy then 10th. Alain Boucher 11th. Frederick Boileau 12th. Walter Ricard 13th. And non-classified for this race will be Solian Amrouche in 14th. Thierry Malholm, Dylan Est after the big crash at the start, as well as Matteo Valente, who was tangled up in that, and Gilles de Pierre, who did not start the race. I don't really massively see the point in this, but car 58, which is Aaron Ferrazzano, the team manager and driver, have been told to go to race control. So not sure what that's about, but it's the final race of the season, and there's not really that much they can do moving forward. So the cars will make their way back round to the pit lane for the final time in 2025. And it's been a thoroughly enjoyable Hoosier Formula Cup season in 2025. We've seen some new winners. We've seen some great battles between some of these youngsters and some of the gentleman drivers as well. We've seen quite a few different winners as well in Aaron Ferrazzano, Nano Lopez, Hugh Barter, as well as Dylan Est, Nano Lopez, of course, who's our champion. So a nice little list of drivers that have made their impacts on this championship, and none other than Nano Lopez, though, who has finished the season in style. And you have to be happy for him, because he didn't finish on the top step this weekend. So for him to finish his championship with a win is definitely fitting, and you have to say it's a perfect scene to do it here in Paul Ricard. There we are then. Olivia Rodriguez pulls in for Winfield Racing. Nano Lopez for TS Corsa, and alongside them is Jeremy Clavard as well. So new winner in Nano Lopez overall, and he jumps to the top, and he can be pleased with that one, the young Argentinian. And a bit oh, that's beautiful to see, is it, for Andre Rodriguez? A big hug from a member of his team. It could be his family member or team manager. We'll find out, I'm sure. Nano Lopez getting ready to be interviewed by the one and only Chris Stevens. And let's hear from him now.
Race to win, but yeah, it was the best way to win the championship. So no, really happy to win the championship, and more to do it with this team, TS Course. They gave me a fantastic car all weekend. We maximized every opportunity. So yeah, we won the championship with 2 races remaining. So yeah, extremely happy.
You did well to avoid all that melee at the start as well.
Yeah, it was quite tricky, but hopefully it was from the other side. And yeah, I think everyone is okay, so that's good to hear. But yeah, it was a tricky start.
But yeah, great way to end the season, great way to end the weekend, and yeah, just congratulations on an amazing season.
Thank you, and as I said, it's been great. It's been a great year, and it's way better to win the championship this way than before. We won it, but we weren't quite sure. So yeah, now I'm extremely happy.
Looking forward to seeing what's coming next. Well done. All right, let's chat to the happiest family in the Hoosier Formula Cup, Andre Rodriguez. You didn't expect that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't. That was a great race. The red or safety car at the beginning kind of mixed things up, and I found better pace with some setup changes, and we got the podium.
How has it been your first weekend in Hoosier Formula Cup? Obviously a big step up from Formula 4. How have you found the weekend?
I loved it. The car's way different. I like the people I'm racing with. They're nice. It's all more down to earth, and I love how the weekend went.
Good. Can we expect to see you here next year then?
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, awesome. Well, well done.
Thank you.
All right, Andre Rodriguez. Hopefully we'll see more of him next year. Meanwhile, Jeremy Clavord in third position, your first podium.
Yeah, first podium. We started the season quite late by joining mythical 1 month ago. And so we had to learn about the tires, about reworking the whole setup, because before we were racing with Pirelli, and now so we had to learn, and I think we did a good race, starting from last position. It was not expected, so I'm really happy for the team, because they did a great job the whole weekend. We got some issue with the car. The previous race this morning, they did a great job to get the car ready on time, so I'm really happy for that. Yeah.
Big shout out to the team. You got plans for 2026 yet?
Yeah, hopefully, yes. I hope that race has convinced some people to support me.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Well done on the podium.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
That wraps up the 2025 Hoosier Formula Cup season. It's been a fantastic year of great racing. We'll see you for the Formula Cup Winter Cup in the Winter Series in February, and then we'll be back with the main season in 2026.
We're gonna